Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 106, day 3. So today, of course, we got ourselves some Brown Guild War Day. And we are a little bit earlier than normal, mostly because the game awards are later tonight. And I figured we'd stream a little bit before they actually end up occurring. So we moved the stream 2 hours forward today, but we'll be back to normal schedule tomorrow night. Anyways, so game plan, Brown Guild War. We also got a class event for Necromancer, though unfortunately not the greatest hero class, not the worst. It's just normally outclassed by Archmages. We did win yesterday, however the more important day will be to win on Green or Purple Day, as that would allow us to have 100% EXP bonus for Saturday or Sunday. One of the 2 days that we are planning to hopefully do the 1000 Vault Key opening, so hopefully we'll win on one of those days. We are currently against the second lowest in the bracket right now. So it seems like we will end up indeed winning for tomorrow. Unfortunately, that doesn't guarantee us for Saturday or Sunday, which means we need to win on Friday or Saturday to be able to do so. But we do have an extra 100% EXP bonus today, so we can try utilizing that a little bit for the EXP push. Do a little bit of Dust Devil after we clear out everything else. But anyways, Brown Guild War Day, let's start setting up into that. So as far as our current Guild War Brown, we are running still an Ogress build, where we're pretty much built entirely around Angry Mob once again, and this time with the Doomed Club as our offense option, and Mistralis is there to get the excess. We do have to deal with a Doomed Codex, or the Doomed books, which are always annoying. It is using an Elementalist, does have an immediate cleanse. The most scary thing is its green to brown convert at start of battle. Do I need to change anything? I think we're fine. We are on 20% into 8 magic. I don't think we need to change anything else in that regard. And we should be good to go. Also, our defense team did not do too good today, though it did pretty good yesterday. It was 2-1, then went 2-2. Good old Life and Death Weaver. With Life and Death being available the other week, of course, as well. But anyways, I don't think I want to change anything else. Is indeed Brown Day, just double checking everything. I've yet to accidentally use the wrong color team on the wrong color day, and I refuse to ever let that happen. Anyways, let's get into it. So, hello everyone! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me start all the way from the top. Hello Tyrion, hello Isabel, hello Draco, hello Mr. Jesse, hello NASA, hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You got a perfect run of 1, 2, 3 this morning? Nice. We still haven't. All the times we've taken top 3, we still have not gotten the all-elusive perfect top 3. So he's about to do something very scary. So I'm just going to explode the whole board and hope we have a better one. That did not quite do a better one. That was very much not a better one. Other concern, first slots is stunned, so we're not going to get our summon. It also doesn't have the score reduction. Okay, that's a lot of value. Angry Mob, do your thing. Hey, do we have alignment? Yes, no, kind of, yes. So we'll go for that. That almost kills his most annoying thing. Now he is dead on the most annoying thing. We're currently frozen, so I'm just going to go for another Angry Mob there. And ideally we'll have alignment again. We have a poke. It is not aligned, however, it is damage. We are frozen on blue, so I can't take that. So we'll poke. My biggest concern at this point is we lose hero. Still very possible. Mistralis seems very tempting right about now. Very tempted to hit the Mistralis button. The amount of damage we get is actually so high that I think we go for it. We don't get the extra turn. No! It didn't hit enough times! It barely even hit at all. Alright, well, we saw this coming. Angry Mob summon, good. Right, we're fine, we're fine. Mistralis could work, though I do want to make sure we get our mana back again. And thank you, finally, I got cleansed. And we'll do our last little one, hopefully get our summon. Get the summon there. Wow. That didn't quite go as planned, but hey, a win's a win. Good old Angry Mob doing Angry Mob things. Okay, we got Book again. This time with Thief. Still with the Empower to Brown. How am I doing? Pretty good. Also, hello, NASA. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, the J-Dog Infinity. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Glad you can make it. A little bit of a different time than we normally stream. So we might see some different people as well because of that. 2 hours earlier than normal. Though we will be back to normal time tomorrow night. I just wanted to catch the game rewards live, so... I'll take that over. Unfortunately, it didn't really cascade anything of value for us, though. We also didn't cascade anything of value for him, so... kind of evens out. We'll go for extra turn right there. I believe we're good to go. Hey, we actually get to use Ogress this time. I almost forgot that was even part of our team because of how little we got to use it on the previous battle. Now we're gonna... poor Ogress! I have never seen Ogress use so little on this Guild War day. Every second it tries to do anything, it just immediately dies. That's really funny. Poor Ogress. I think we just have to go for Angry Mob. Luckily, we're not frozen this time because he's using Thief. Which makes this slightly less annoying. Though ever so slightly. He just overwrit some of what we needed. Hero's about to die the next split he does. Or right now. Okay, I think we'd lose this one. Gosh. Book is getting a lot of value on us today. Very scary book. Okay, we just have to take this brown over then. This is probably not winnable. Oh, it is ever so slightly still winnable. Oh, now that happens. Well, on to the next one. Good old Empower book. Hey, guess what we're up against? Double Empower book. This time with Siren. Alright, what do we need here? I guess we just deny brown, though he's still going to get Siren value and create a bunch of brown. At least we're denying some. He does get the skull there, but that's fine. Oh, he does get the brown there. Oh, he already got book. Oh, no. Alright, we're not done on hero yet. How do I want to do this? Is there any way I could double skull? Because I'm trying to double extra turn. Mostly because we get a stun disable on him every time we do. I don't think we can, because we're frozen on everything, basically. So I'm just going to have to move that. Obviously, we don't get our turn. Actually, maybe we should get rid of Ogress. There's so much stun that we can almost not even use Ogress now. We're still frozen on brown. I can still try getting another disable down and hope it lands in first slot. The problem is the likelihood it will is very low. And I'd rather just do some damage pressure here. Alright, there's not really much of a point in going for Mistralis. We mostly just have to deny his convert if we can. Somewhere in all that mess we got an extra turn. Unfortunately, with all these greens on the board, we do not have alignment. However, we don't actually use green, so I can deny the green. There's a brown over there. We could take it for disable. We obviously don't get extra turn from it. But it still gives us some value. My biggest concern is he's going to start skull spamming into his next turn. Which makes me kind of want to immediately cast this. There's a couple different things we could do. I'm actually going to take skull here. Alright, that luckily pretty much just misses. I can cast, but nothing of importance will die. Though I think we kind of have to do it. So we do that. We do not land extra turn anywheres. We don't have alignment here. I could do, our best chance here is Angry Mob and hope we get lucky. We don't have a Cascade vertically for that. So we're just going to have to explode or destroy everything. At least that puts a little tank in front of it so hero won't immediately die. I was going to say we have some alignment, but it got immediately denied. We have a singular poke. If anything, we're mostly doing it for the AoE if we were to do such a thing. I am tempted just to throw down Mistralis here. Even though Mistralis doesn't, he doesn't have brown alignment. Or, oh, but he might get brown alignment. You know what? I'm going to have to skull AoE him here. Alright, that will die. That's fine. Though not perfectly fine, but better than the alternative. Alright, we have to try to summon here. Mistralis is a potential alternative, but we need a frontline tank. We need him to not cast Book immediately every single time. Because it's going to be too much damage. Alright, our summoner has died. We're not frozen on first slot. We can get a Mistralis down, but we don't get the extra turn from it. I kind of just want to take a skull. But then she guaranteed dies next turn to... I think I have to cast. And just hope we don't give him a good board. Alright, we gave him a slightly good board. We gave him a really good board. We are dead. The good old book. You're surprised the Forest Troll team still works? Oh, which one? The one with, oh gosh, the Mythic? Because, yeah, you could do Forest Troll into, what's that one green, blue, brown mythic called? And do it that way for life gain. Because once you get the loop going, you're pretty much good to go. Teams like this make me want to run Empower on literally every team. But I hate having to run Empower on every single team. Let's see. So this is the same team for the 4th time. Oh, same premise of team. Not the exact same team. Luckily, we got a much better start this time, though. Hey, an Ogress actually gets to do something. Though, after today, I'm very tempted to get rid of Ogress on this team. There's just going to be that much of that team going on. Because once it gets stunned, it's a pretty useless troop. Comparatively to some other things that could be put there. Alright, it's board clear again. Straight into Angry Mob. He's getting a lot of disable there. We get board clear. As long as it doesn't cascade weirdly, he has no follow-up. Fortunately, it does give him some value. He doesn't have enough for hero yet, though. We do have alignment, which is huge, so we'll do that. Get a nice big hit. Hero's in a very easy spot to kill, which is very convenient for us as well. Because all we have to do is just Angry Mob instead. And it's basically match. We don't have alignment again. I'm tempted to Mistralis, but I'm going to go for Angry Mob once more. And do we have alignment? Kind of. It's not enough damage. It's a lot of damage, but not enough to kill. So I think we just go for Mistralis and hope it hits enough times. It did not, but then we just go and poke with that, and that's dead. There we go. Alright, was that our final fight, or do we still have one more? So I think we just went 3-2. A little unfortunate. Nope, we still got one more. Gosh, 2 losses in a row. And guess what we're up against? Double Empower into Book. And a Null for extra damage measure. Luckily, great starting board. Which honestly really determines if we just auto-win or auto-lose or not. Especially with no Empower. But we're pretty much good to go. Alright, Mistralis, do your thing. So first things first, give me a new board. Take a skull. Oh, actually I have alignment, might as well just take it for that. We might kill this whole team on turn 1, gosh. Let's see, if we get a lucky Angry Mob, I think we just won on turn 1. Because I could then do that. I could then do... Yeah, we just won on turn 1! What a contrast. Like, that's what the team's supposed to do. There we go, and we got Celestial for it. That's a turn 1 win. There we go. Wow, that swung very quickly. Double loss to turn 1 win. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Book is vicious. Book is very scary once it gets going. Especially when you have a horrible starting board with no Empower. There we go. That's Brown Guild War. Oh, we got a little gift thingy. That's the one where we can go give gifts to our guildmates. Perfect. Anyways, what's on adventure board today? Ooh, we got some good stuff for green deeds and some gems. I think that was 25 gems off an ultra rare. So let's go grab those real quick. Then we'll go take our dungeon. Then we'll go hand out a code. Actually, we'll do the ward event. Then we'll hand out code. And then I'll probably do some XP grinding. As we do have 100% extra XP bonus today. We can get a little bit extra grind in there. Our super grind will be when we go do 1,000 Vault Key opening later this weekend. On whatever day on the weekend we happen to have the 100% bonus on. Ideally Saturday, but if we don't have it on Saturday, we'll do it on Sunday. And if we somehow don't have it on either, then I'm not sure. Not sure what game plan is then. Oh, so hello, Andrew. Welcome, welcome. Has Treasure Hunt been improved? They've been saying for a while that they're going to. They still haven't. However, this is the year they're probably finally going to do it. They've talked about doing it for like 4 or 5 years now. They reworked Arena, but they didn't end up reworking Treasure Hunt yet. But yeah, that is planned to happen almost guaranteed next year. They should have the roadmap up in the next month or two. They've been starting to post roadmaps for the year of everything that's going to be happening. And there's a good chance Treasure Hunt rework is on the plan for next year. Finally, after so many years. Oh, sorry, this is the epic one. This gives us 50 gems. So hello, J Shar. Hello, NASA. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. We'll take that. Throw down Explosion. So hello, Roman. Welcome, welcome. Hope all you guys been doing well. But yeah, I'm curious to see what happens at the Game Awards tonight. What new games get announced. More so than anything. I don't really care who wins. Because we already know what's probably winning Game of the Year. It was always interesting to see what new announcements end up popping up. How do you get into the Journey mode? So Journey is a weird event that they've only done 3 times so far. It's a week-long event, kind of like a world event or, you know, any other kind of week-long event where, you know, it goes on for a week, like kind of like how this one is. But it rotates in a very weird way. And by that, I mean it has no rotation cycle. They just do it whenever they feel like it, seemingly. And only 3 of them have happened in the last year. So I'm not sure exactly what their game plan is for. It seems like they might do one eventually for every kingdom. Kind of like how Raids and Invasions was. But so far they've only done it 3 total times. 2 of which for brand new kingdoms. Only once has it happened for an already existing kingdom. Though it does seem like they're going to be adding about 1 kingdom per year now. Oh, hello, Bun Bun! Welcome. Alright, we don't have a good convert. I'm still going to go for it, though. So it feels weird having a Skull World event. It's the first one we've had in quite a long time, couple months. Because you can't just use cast spam to take them out. You actually have to go down the Skull route. Otherwise, you eventually hit a wall where you just don't have enough damage. Or it takes forever to win. So hello, GZG! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Fall Guys didn't end up doing any event this week. Like, they had a special thing where you had to, like, do something in order to, like, get a skin. But, they didn't have any special show to go with it. Which is kind of weird. Because we haven't done a stream for that in, like, a couple weeks now. I still plan to, I just need them to do something. And for whatever reason, this is, like, one of the first times they've done a new show where, like, no new content came with it. Really strange. Alright, let's see. We'll go for the kill there. See if we get lucky on this. There's not enough green to get an extra turn, but we can still get Devourers. And then we swipe out the whole team. Perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. I just realized I still have the Mimic counter from last night up. I normally only bring it out when we get a Mimic. So we did get 2 Mimics last night. Unfortunately, nothing good in them. But we did get a couple. You can't find any new kingdoms since the original 30. How are there now? There are 34 kingdoms now. And it seems like they're going to add another 1 per year. We don't currently know when the next one is. Though when they post the roadmap, we'll probably know exactly when it is. And that roadmap should be up in another month or 2. Maybe even less than that, who knows. We actually had one of the devs on stream the other week, and she did say there is one going to be out this year. But she didn't really give a particular time. Because last year's one didn't come out till like February, I want to say. Oddly enough. I assume they're going to try to get it before the beginning of the year this time. Oh, we just lost one of our troops. Whoops. That happens sometimes. That's why we have Angry Mob there. In case one dies, he replaces the other one. You get Fairish Rod? Nice. We still need to go cover the Mythic tier list. Unfortunately, Fairish Rod went down a lot, though it's still the best option for soul farming. It just now with... oops, I forgot to take the skull. But now with the other event, there isn't really as much of a need to do dedicated soul farming in the game anymore. Oh, nice Bun Bun. I'll definitely have to look forward to that then. Which is pretty soon as well. Oh, isn't that next Thursday? That is... No, that's next Tuesday. What other event? Oh yeah, Fairish Ra is really good for souls. He's still the best way to get souls, but now they also added... So you probably know about Vault events. But what you probably don't know about is they made like a super buff to them about 1.5 years ago. Where they added Nomapaloozas. Where Nomapaloozas are basically just like infinite loot for 15 minutes. Where basically, you kind of have to wait for a Vault event. We just had one pretty recently. Actually, there isn't another one planned until next year unless they're doing a special one for the holidays. But basically, during Vault events, or any time, but particularly during Vault events when the rate is a lot higher, you can find verse gnomes, and then when you find a set of 4, you can do a palooza for 15 minutes, and you get a lot of loot during that time, particularly vault keys, but a bunch of other stuff too, like souls, gems, a few other loot here and there. You know, things that gnomes normally drop. But you can get like 20 vault keys in like 15 minutes. It's very strong. Like basically what took an entire weekend of like 30-hour grind can be done in 15 minutes once you have a full set. It's not that hard to get a full set. When it's not an event, it's a little bit hard, but when it's during the event, you can get it pretty easily. I need that to not die, and I don't have alignment. That's unfortunate. I still don't have alignment. That's the only issue with using this in first slot, and one of the reasons why a lot of teams don't run him in first slot. He is so squishy. Like, he has 25% reduction, however, that's nowhere near enough with how much damage he tends to take from his own Doom Skulls. Yes, there's currently a Kingdom Pass active, however, it is the last few days of it. It is also the lowest value Kingdom Pass we've had in a while. So I would say for the most part, it's probably worth skipping. Because you'd have to spend so many gems in order to get it done with how many days are left. As I think it only has 3 days left. It ends on Monday, so... It normally lasts for 35 days, and this one did. But, we're right at the tail end of those 35 days, so it's probably not worth getting it if you're just getting back into the game right now. I would say generally they are worthwhile. But if you're just starting the game right now, or getting back into the game, you can only get 10 crowns for this per day, as far as progress. Which means you'll be right here. And you'd have to spend like 4,300 gems to get all the way to the bottom. Which normally this isn't that hard to do over the 35-day period. But it is near impossible to do in 3 days. Because you'd have to get all the crowns for 3 days, plus put down 4,700 gems. Or sorry, 4,300 gems. Which is probably not worth it. So I'd probably pass on this one. If you see them in the future, they are generally okay value. This one was actually a bit of a low value one just because all the options in it were kind of bad for once. However, they're normally pretty decent value. Let's go take our dungeons for the... Oh no, we already hit a trap. No. Oh, that was quick. Oh no, silence. That's even worse. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is going to be a little annoying. I'm going to have to build a team for this. I still don't have a team saved for this, do I? Do I have it set underneath tests? No. So I'm about to change my team on tests to be our option. Okay, what do we want here? Just a Voice of Orpheus, I guess? Or just a Voice of Orpheus team? So put a voice in there. I don't know, do we go down to double? I'm going down to double. Put a Beatrix in there. How do we want to do this? Scourge of Honor? Honestly, we need Zulgoth or something. Let's go, like, safe Zulgoth. Oh, but then what do we have for mana accumulation? Alright, fine. Get rid of, that. I'm just gonna go for, like, Thrall frontline tank into, something. You know what, we could just probably still go Flameifer. And basically just get rid of Leprechaun then. Where on earth is Flameifer? Okay, apparently I need to type in more of it. There it goes. Yeah, let's go to standard team, but just don't use Leprechaun. Because I need to cleanse. Anyways, oh, I also need to change the class to Dragon Guard so it's actually tanky enough. And probably change the banner. You know what, I'll go on purple. Like maybe a purple red, just so you can use the little bit excess red. Let's do purple, +1 red, -1 yellow. Alright, there we go. I don't want to minus brown, because we're going to be taking brown for barrier occasionally. Oh yeah, I forgot, we can't if we're doing it on Dragon Guard, but that's still fine. I guess it doesn't really matter which one we minus then. Alright, we need an extra turn, so we can actually start playing the battle. Alright, now that we have, I need mana. There we go. Okay, now this plays pretty much like it normally would. I probably should have killed last slot first, because you're going to get really annoying with barriers now. I don't have enough mana. I'll throw down Beatrix and just hope we get lucky. We kind of did. Kind of did again. There we go. Alright, nice match. I guess Beatrix works out this time. Sometimes she likes to hit, sometimes she misses a billion times. You need the fastest brown Guild War team to go up against 4 times coin purse. That's funny. Yeah, honestly, I kind of want to go switch over to a loop team for Brown Day now. The problem with that is if we get frozen on turn 1, we also die. So I would love to get an extra turn, please. That's the only problem not using Voice of Orpheus. Is we're depending on extra turn for our cleanse instead of taking yellow. And it's generally easier to take yellow than it is to land extra turn if you're just starting off a battle. Please let me cast, thank you. Now we'll get a Zolgoth in there, kill out the biggest dragon. Beatrix will have to do Beatrix things. Oh, it's not full mana, is it? Though that will be. I kind of want to throw a Beatrix so all the skulls go on the other one. Literally only for that purpose. No, we missed! Let's see. A bit of a weird situation now. Worst comes to worst, we can spam Beatrix until we win. Oh, I forgot that we're blocked on the other mana, aren't we? Because Beatrix is already enough to kill. Oh no! Wait, we lose? Gosh, honestly, higher dungeons? They hit hard. Alright, we'll take that over. Take a skull. Take a skull. Take a skull, because I kind of have to at this point, just so he doesn't kill us. Take a purple and hope he doesn't get skull. Take a red and hope we surge. And it's match. What a weird match, though. The struggle of getting silence. Because our team could be structured a lot better if we didn't have to deal with silence at the start of battle. But honestly, the silence trap is probably the most annoying trap to have to deal with. I can't think of a single one more annoying than it. Because you have to deliberately build around it most of the time. There's a lot of the others you can kind of just pretty much ignore. Or mostly ignore. This is one of them that you very much cannot ignore. Because you don't get any mana if you ignore it. If only there was a troop that can help you bless at start a battle. There's one that has like a % chance, but it's not consistent enough to bother using. And we'll grab our Dragonite. Soon we'll have enough that we won't need it anymore. But for now we still do. Oh, you know what? We didn't have the correct metal set up because I had it set up for World Event, which I think we already finished, right? Yes, we did. Okay, let's go ahead and redeem code. And then we'll probably go farm the crowns and go into Dust Devil grinds. Though technically both of those two things are the same thing. Alright, 1 second. Let me grab you guys a code. Also, Kafka did contact me. She is getting more codes for me. However, she hasn't actually given me those more codes yet, so we'll have them eventually. However, we still have a few left, so that will hopefully last us until she gets us more codes. But here you guys go. Enjoy. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code we found in your settings menu. Whatever game says right over there. Redeem code's right over there in chats. Copy paste random numbers and letters starting with JT. And give same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Alright, let's go and get our crowns and get some XP. We do have 100% extra XP bonus today. So let's go try utilizing that some. Where are we at? Let's go the double iron hook team. Hello, Daddy Shark. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. You dropped me a follow on Twitch. Oh, we don't really use Twitch these days. We haven't streamed on Twitch for like 6 years now. We kind of transferred completely over to YouTube. The biggest issue is Gems of War doesn't really have a population on Twitch. Which, of course, is the main game we do. Obviously, we do other games as well. Like, most recently, we really got back into Pokemon. As far as Gems of War, pretty much every single Gems of War content creator is on YouTube. Unless codes for console players. Yeah, unfortunately, console players still can't use them. An issue that still persists. Yeah, I've been meaning to cover a guide video on, like, every single new mechanic Gems of War has added over the last several years. Because I have noticed a lot of people return back to Gems of War, and then are kind of, like, very confused as to everything that has changed. It's hard to explain it every single time. We mean to cover a video on it. Our next big video will be Mythic Tier List for the year. Last time we covered it was actually 2 years ago, back in 2020. We are making an updated one in the next week or so. Definitely before the end of the year. But hopefully also before the holidays. Is Jigglypuff a Pokemon? Yes. I like that the dungeons are harder. It makes them feel more consequential. Yeah, I actually do enjoy the dungeons being a little bit harder. And I don't really mind because you have infinite tries anyway, so... If anything, it just wastes a few minutes. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, they basically took something that took like a minute to clear all 3 to like 5 to 10 minutes to clear all 3. Once you get to like level 20. But yeah, they get like scary high when you get all the way to 20. We're not even at 20 yet. We're still at 17. We haven't gotten the luck to get the last few. Things that have changed would be an epic 5-part video. I know, there'd be a lot of things to explain in the current state of the game. I'm not sure how I would structure it to make it most coherent. For someone who might be returning. I feel like it could be explained in under half an hour, though. Because as long as you just spend a few minutes per core mechanic, it'd be fine. Because it's not like you're going over how to play the game, you're just going over all the things that changed resource-wise and everything. Like event-wise, resource-wise, all that kind of stuff. Could I read troop spells aloud and say what's going on? Well, currently we're just running Dust Devil build. This is pretty much the new not Ironhawk. This is the new Fair Shra in a sense. In that this is the most efficient way to farm in the entire game. Not for everything, but particularly vault events and stuff like that, which you just had passed. So we're also doing it to farm these little crown thingies that are appearing right now, as well as they're really good for vault events. But basically, this is just here to exist. It is simply an empower that doesn't have any extra delay on it. Normally you would use this as a cleanser, however we're using it just simply because it's an empower that has like no delay pretty much. But the core of the team is double Ironhawk into Dust Devil. So Ironhawk has a unique final trait where it deals a bunch of damage to all enemies every single time you cast a spell. Every spell counts as a spell, even if it does no damage. So right there we just did 10 damage by doing no damage. However, there's another troop that also has an ability like this, Dust Devil. 5 years back, actually at this point almost 6 years back, he used to have enough damage to actually one-shot battles. He does not have that anymore. However, he can still one-shot battles now, and he can do so in an Ironhawk build. And I can actually go show the other one now too, because he's doing 5 damage on his ability. That's a static one that's no longer raised based on his magic. However, you can use Ironhawks now to boost up his damage. Unfortunately, we're not going to one-shot here. I was hoping we wouldn't get a crown. Eventually, we won't get a crown here, so I can show this properly. Let's see, because normally he'll one-shot in this area. But not until we kill all the crowns. Okay, there's no way we're going to keep getting lucky and get crown every single time, right? But if we could not get a crown here, for one single... gosh, now, you know what? We're going to get like 10 crowns in a row. Because I want to specifically not find a crown. So now we're just going to get a billion fights in a row where all we're going to see is the crown guy. Luckily, once you get him 10 times, you don't see him again till the following day. Because this one mechanic that we're farming right now is part of the Kingdom Pass. You basically can get 10 crowns per day to progress it. And then he starts appearing again the following day. Okay, if I could ever finally get a battle that doesn't show him, please don't spawn. Thank you. He just one-shots. And there you go. He just one-shots the whole battle. And of course, the other one is just to make sure we have enough damage. This is why we're using the 2-click one. Not that one. The 2-click one. Oh, yeah, meant for reading them over when we're doing other videos. That could end up working. Oh, you mean when we do the Mythic tier list video? For the sake of time, we will be kind of going over them. Though I'm not sure exactly how in-depth we'll be able to go into each one. Because there's like 100-something mythics. And if we spent 1 minute per mythic, we're at a 2-hour plus video. And it's already going to probably be that long. But I have to be careful how much time I spend per troop. Just because even at only a minute per troop, it is already over 2 hours. But I will try to explain what's relevant about them, or lack thereof. As far as saying what each one does, probably won't be able to do necessarily. For some I will, because obviously if they're more relevant. But for a lot of the less relevant ones, probably not as much. Yeah, there's a lot of them. When there was 1,000 troops in the game, we actually went over every single individual troop. We had to split it across like 6 videos. And I think in total it was like 8 hours long. And there were some where I was only spending like 10 seconds per troop or something. Oh, there's like closer to a minute or two. But yeah, we did that one as a 1,000 troop special. Which happened, I believe last year? Summer of last year, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Tap That A because you're on controller. That's funny. Yeah, I feel like console has it really easy. Wait, is it actually possible to do an infinite A loop on console? To do the Vault event? I didn't even think about that because you can't do that on PC. Because one of the menus doesn't accept controller input. So you always have to click. But is it actually possible to literally just A-spam on console to do the Vault event? I didn't even think about that. Because it's probably hovering over the correct option every time. I do find it funny when games have an option for that, though. The most recent Pokemon game does. The most relevant thing you can do with it is, you can actually take out the entirety of the Elite Four. Well, not the Elite Four, or whatever you'd call the special thing at the end. In, like, the post-game. But you can defeat, like, 4 of the hardest trainers in the entire game just by spamming the A button. It's really funny. Mostly because they don't scale to your level. They stay at the same, like, storyline level the entire time. So you just bring a level 100 in there and it just A-spam the whole thing down. And it sets you exactly perfectly to redo the fight again as soon as it ends. So you literally just never need to do anything but spam A. Has it changed from City of Thieves? Yeah, City of Thieves is still the best faction in the game, surprisingly. Even though it's been like 4 years since it came out. They started adding a new mechanic called Deep Delves. And these are giving some older delves some better layouts as far as their loot within them. However, to this day, even with Deep Delves, there's still no delve with better loot than City of Thieves. It's actually kind of surprising. Because it's been that way since its inception. City of Thieves is still to this day the best kingdom. Or best underworld faction to farm. There's a couple others that are like good for it now. Though City of Thieves is still pretty much the definitive best. Due to the 5 times rooms. Or, you know, the tier 5 rooms. Oh, what was your dungeon question, Draco? Sorry, I didn't see it. Let's see. I don't see a question at all. Also, hello, George. Oh, yeah, we're doing an early stream today because of the Game Awards. Wait, what was your question? Could you repost it? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. You haven't checked. Do the normal rewards for completing all 3 dungeons increase as you go deeper? Yes. All the rewards for completing out dungeons increase. Not only the Dragonite for getting a perfect, but also you get more diamonds and other like little shard thingies as you go deeper. So there is an incentive to do so. Particularly at 10 and 20, you get quite a bit of a burst because it increases the diamonds by 1 for each of the day drops. So you're basically getting 6 more diamonds per day at level 20 compared to level 1. As well as a few other loot along the way, as well as more Dragonites when you get it perfect. But yes, the loot does increase for going deeper. It's the main incentive for going deeper. It's not a lot of extra loot, but I would say it's worth it overall. So hello, you two. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, for anyone wondering why we're streaming this early, because normally we stream 2 hours later from now, or at this point, like 1 hour later from now, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, the Game Awards are on in 45 minutes. So I was doing the stream basically 2 hours earlier, just so we can go catch that live. I won't be streaming it, obviously, but I did want to catch it live. And it takes place, like, literally during our stream, so I figured we just move forward the stream. Because I'd be way too tired to do it after. Because I don't know how long it lasts. I'd assume a couple hours. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a game that we'll want to play next year. So far, the only thing I know that's being released next year that I'm going to want to play, well, other than the DLC for Pokemon, is the Mega Man collection. One of my favorite series of all time, the Mega Man Battle Network series, in 2 waves, is getting completely re-released next year. I believe they're releasing 1 to 3, and then they're releasing 4 to 6. 3 and 4, I believe, are the 2 I have the most amount of playtime in. But maybe 5? I can't remember. Because I can't remember if I played 2. I know for sure I didn't play 1 and I didn't play 6. 2, I don't remember. 3 and 4, I probably have the most amount of playtime in. And I think I've played 5, though can't recall. But 3 and 4 are definitely the ones I had the most time in. But, yeah, they're re-releasing all of them next year. I'm definitely looking forward to that quite a bit. As of all childhood games, it's probably definitely in, like, the top 5 area that I can remember. I wonder if it'll actually have, like, working multiplayer as well. Because they did have, like, a versus feature in it where you could, like, link cable with, like, the Game Boy Advance and all that to, like, battle your friends. And I used to actually do that, too. So they did have 2 friends that used to play it. Obviously, there wasn't, like, internet like it was today, where you could just easily do it that way. Had to, like, physically be with someone. But I'm really curious to go replay them all, as well as try the ones I haven't played. It's a really interesting game that's played in both real-time and turn-based, which is basically its gimmick, where you build... it's actually really similar to roguelikes, almost in a sense, not really. One Step from Eden is probably the closest thing that's been released in recent time that's kind of like it, which is a roguelike, Mega Man-like game, or a Battle Network kind of game. Basically, it works the same way that the other game does, but formed in a roguelike. But it's interesting because it has like a half deck building, half like real-time strategy kind of thing. Or not real-time strategy, whatever you call it. It's both turn-based and real-time. A combination of both. Or basically all your attacks are queued up in... like you preemptively build up your deck. You then, before your turn, like on your turn, you decide what things you're going to be using on that turn. And then the rest of the turn is played out real-time. It's an interesting mix. I recall the storylines being pretty average, though. It definitely has quite a bit of like a anime-like storyline. Like I think there was like one gigantic like goo creature as one of the main antagonists as one of them. Like just like this space-looking goo creature thing. It's really funny. I think it was Mega Man 3. It plays out like pretty much every JRPG you would ever expect. But the gameplay was really solid. You basically pre-program your moveset and then you goes real-time, kind of. Kind of works like that. Closest thing we played recently that's like is One Step from Eden, but we did that all the way back in 2020. It was like 2 years ago at this point. Because if you did play that game, which is pretty much like the most modern rendition of it, it's basically just that. Not quite that, but it's basically just that. Though I'd say it's a lot easier to play than that. Because One Step from Eden was actually decently difficult. Though also very easy to cheese. Mega Man Battle Network games are kind of like that too. I can't remember if it was in every game, but I know they had like a dark mode that you could play. Where you could basically make Mega Man as strong as you want by using dark chips. And it kept giving like different negative effects to you. Like poison floor or 1 HP sudden death or other things. But you get such immense power that you could finish most fights within like 3 seconds or less. But if you take a single hit, you would just like insta-die. It was a really funny mix. Because it made it so you could just absolutely tear through basic fights. But you were also playing on basically sudden death, that if you made even one mistake, you would just auto-die. I'm looking forward to replay all of them, as well as play some for the first time next year. I'm not sure when or how exactly they're releasing, other than that they're doing it in 2 waves. I'm not even sure if both waves are even coming out next year. Also, I am probably getting the Steam version of it rather than the Switch version. Because it's releasing on... Actually, I'm not sure everything it's releasing on. I know it's releasing on PC. I know it's releasing on Switch. I'm not sure what else it's releasing on, if it's on like any other console. It's definitely not coming to mobile, I know that. I don't think it could run on mobile. I don't even think you could control it on mobile with the control scheme you would need. Because it's pretty quick paced. Yeah, I've actually never played any of the platforming slide-scrolling Mega Mans, which always confused me as a kid, because whenever anyone would bring up like Mega Man or something similar, I'd be like, oh, the Battle Network games. It's like a kind of like turn-based like deck builder kind of thingy thing. And it's like, wait, it's a platformer? I've never played Mega Man as a platformer. It always confused me so much. Because like a lot of people know Mega Man as a platformer, but I only know it as like that turn-based strategy real-time thing. Like the Mega Man Battle Network games are set up as. Because I've never actually played any of the platforming Mega Mans, but have played almost every single one of the Battle Network games. Which their gameplay is drastically different, though it's still Mega Man. Yeah, we'll be playing through all of them. Though I don't think I'm going to be doing it in numerical order. Because I'm probably going to start with 3. Mostly for nostalgia's sake. Because I believe that's the very first Battle Network game I played of them. It was either the second or the third. I'm pretty sure it was the third. I know for sure I didn't play the first ever. Actually, I think the first came out on like the Game Boy Color or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe not. Because I think the graphics were slightly better than that. Yeah, it was, most of the Battle Network games came out in, gosh, I want to say 2000 to 2007. Actually, Google. Tell us. When? Let me double check. Mega Man Battle Network release dates? Would this even work? So Game Boy Advance was the first one. That's what I thought. Wait, never mind. There was a Game Boy Color. Hold up. Wait, what? Am I reading this right? Color Game Boy. Yeah, it would have came on the first one on the Game Boy Color then. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, the very, very first one was 2001. Let's see, 3. The third one came out in... No way it was that late. No, that's the Wii U version. Where's the... Where did the original one come out? Because it was way before the Wii U. Hello? It was definitely way before then. Why is it showing the Wii U version? Mega Man Battle Network release date. What if I do floor? Because that was Sun and Moon. Actually, it's kind of funny because Mega Man did Sun and Moon before Pokemon did. Yeah, there it is, 2003. So when did the third one come out then? Because Sun and Moon came out in 2003. Not to be confused with Pokemon Sun and Moon. Which came out in like, what, 2017? Actually, maybe earlier than that, 2015 or something. Because I find it funny because Mega Man actually copied quite a few things from Pokemon, like having the 2 release thingy and like exclusives to both and all that kind of stuff and a few other mechanics. But I do find it funny that Pokemon eventually also was named Sun and Moon at one point, which is also what the version 4 of Mega Man was back in 2003. So it came full circle. They're copying each other. If anyone says any other questions, anything else you want me to go over, do let me know. As next several minutes, we'll probably call it a wrap. But yeah, hopefully we'll win on Friday or Saturday Guild Wars, so the following day we could do our 1000 Volky opening. Because I do want to do it on a day we have 100% XP bonus on. I'm not going to be doing it tomorrow. You got 9 shinies on Violet last night? Gosh. Why are we so early today? Because the Game Awards are in half an hour. So we did it 2 hours earlier than normal. We will be back to normal schedule starting tomorrow. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 hour after now, tomorrow. But, it's mostly because the Game Awards start in half an hour? So I think they're doing the pre-show thing in like 6 minutes. I think they have like a half an hour pre-show. Normally nothing relevant happens there, though. Or maybe 7:30 is the pre-show and then it actually starts at 8, I'm not sure. But yeah, I wanted to catch it live, so we're just doing our Gems of War stream earlier. I'll be back to normal schedule starting tomorrow. Hey, hey, that's the verse I need too. Verse 3, perfect. Nice. There's those elusive verses we were talking about earlier. They're still obtainable when it's not a vault event, though at a much lower rate. But hey, they're still there. You generally want to farm them during vault events. This is a lot more efficient too. But even when it's not a vault event, you can still get them like that. They're just not as common. Also, you should only really use Paloozas during a vault event, though. Otherwise, you lose too much value on them. I thought Tribute might be ready. Unfortunately, it's not. Oh yeah, there's the redeem code from earlier. And we definitely have all the crowns by now, that's for sure. I'm just trying to do this for XP at this point. Actually, I could switch over to the single Dust Devil team then. Why am I using the double? Because we've been done with the crowns for a little while now. The single-click Dust Devil. Oh, you know what game actually got a board game, which is really funny? I'm not sure how good it is because it's not even like fully made yet. But Darkest Dungeon got a board game. They had a crowdfunder. Yeah, crowdfunder. Yeah, that's a word, right? Crowdfunder. Why does that sound like not a word? But they had a crowdfunding. Funding? Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. They raised money for their project. I think it was originally trying to get like 10,000 or 100,000. They got like 3 million. Which is kind of insane. But, yeah, they're getting a board game for Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, Kickstarter. I was trying to say that they were crowdfunding for it. But yeah, it is specifically on Kickstarter. But, yeah, Darkest Dungeon got a board game now. I don't think it's out till next year, though. I didn't bother getting it, though. I generally don't play board games that often. Like, I don't mind it, it's just I generally don't have anyone to play them with. And there's not really much of a point in playing a single-player board game. You might as well just play a video game at that point. I just generally don't have the people to, you know, really do a board game. More often than not. Oh, did you let me know a while back? I actually stumbled across it randomly when I was looking at the Steam thingy. Didn't realize you actually notified me of it even earlier than that. Whoops. Yeah, Slay the Spire was a pretty good game. I wish they would release another one already. Because I got into Slay the Spire really late into its life cycle, but it was still a lot of fun. But if they ever release another one, we'd definitely be there on day one. Oh, you mean Darkest Dungeon. Did I actually say Darkest Dungeon earlier? I meant Slay the Spire. I guess Darkest Dungeon is also getting a board game. Darkest Dungeon 2 received another... Oh yeah, we should revisit Darkest Dungeon 2 at some point. I have not played it since 2 months after its beta started. It has been a year and a half since then. Actually, like a year and a couple months. I think it's been 1 year and 3 months. Yeah, I should go revisit it. It's gonna be like a day-long project to revisit that, though. Not sure if we will before the end of this year. Isn't it releasing on Steam soon? Probably still in early access, though. I don't think it's even fully releasing. I assume the game should almost be done by now, though. I hope they fix some of the performance issues. Because, gosh, did it overheat my laptop. Like, it wasn't dropping frames or anything. And was running stable. But, gosh, was it a gigantic toll on the computer. Even though it was running stably. Actually, now that I think about it, they'll probably mention something about it at the Game Awards. Since it's releasing in a couple months. Because they have the budget to do a trailer at the Game Awards. Especially for their biggest project in years. I wonder if Silksong will finally have a trailer too. Isn't that supposed to release sometime next year? I still haven't played the first one of Hollow Knight. I definitely need to at some point. So I can go watch Genki's playthrough. Still trying to avoid all spoilers for that game. Until we actually play it. I think this will be the last cycle we go for. And then we'll call it a night. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be playing it. Probably not before the end of this year, but probably very early next year. Definitely before Silksong comes out, that's for sure. This will be the last cycle we go for. I'm probably going to farm a little bit off stream too. During the Game Awards. Because we still have the 100% EXP bonus till, what, 2 AM? And I haven't had much time to do it today. But definitely should while we have the bonus. Help us try to get to level 1,800 before the end of the year. Which is still doable, but still a ways away. Oh yeah, Cookie, you're probably the reason why we have Silksong. Because I do have it in my library. I've been gifted quite a few games that unfortunately I still have not been able to get around to. There's a period of time where we're getting gifted a game like almost every single month. And I'm pretty sure I only end up ultimately playing like 10 to 15% of them. Not because the games didn't necessarily interest me, it was just too many to bother playing all of them. As most of them were like a week-long, month-long commitment for how long the games are. Because I'm pretty sure Silk Song would take us, what, 3 days? Like we'd start on Friday, wouldn't be done till Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's like 20-something hours, maybe even longer. Yeah, that's about how long most Metroidvanias are. Or you can clear it out in like 2 or 3 sessions. Because they're normally not something you can do in 1 session. Especially with how maze-like some of them are. Because you have to constantly keep backtracking to other areas that you've already been to once you get new power-ups and, you know, kind of keep going back and forth. And it's also very easy to get lost in them. Anyways, guys. We'll be back tomorrow night at normal time, 1 hour after now tomorrow. Which feels weird because normally say 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. But 1 hour later to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the time we always stream, except for today. We'll be back standard time, doing all of our normal things. We got Guild War, we got, we got a raid event if I'm mistaken. I actually already showed the team for it on the Monday video if you want to go copy paste it. It is Cinemirage raids. So basically throw a Mang at Zugoff, use Envoy to one-shot it, use Gluttony to clear out the rest, you'll have a big Mang to go skull poke them, boom, you win. But yeah, that's pretty much all you have to do for it. Where you're using the Mang into Raid Troop combo, and Gluttony's here for mana accumulation plus Devour. And Mang just slowly whittles them. If you don't get your Gluttony Devours, and you just win from there. That's pretty much the game plan. Unfortunately, not that many good mana accumulators, so you kind of have to spam the Gluttony. And just hope it gets lucky. That's pretty much the game plan for the weekend raids. And we'll be doing that tomorrow as well as Guild War, which has the color day on PC Mobile of green. So we'll be doing all that. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Catch you guys later. And thanks for stopping by. And we'll be back to normal schedule tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.